Hey everyone, so I make a lot of group cards for many occasions in office where many people sign a single card. But a normal A2 card doesn't really give enough space for everyone to sign. And of course, it completely takes away my chance to decorate on the inside of the card. So I came up with the idea for today's card. I'm starting with a craft base. This is 4.25 by 5.5 inches and scored at the top. I have a cute pattern paper to go with it. For the focal point of my card, I have this craft card sheet that is 2.5 by 10 inches, and I'm going to score it so that it becomes the focal point of my card. You'll see how in a minute. So I'm going to start scoring it at 2.5 and at 5 and then at 7.5, so it's every 2.5 inches, and then I'm going to do a mountain valley mountain or valley mountain valley fold, basically doing alternate folds. And sorry, this is off camera. You will see in a minute when it's all one smaller piece. So there I am going to finish off my fold and make it nice and crisp with my bone folder. And this is how it looks like when it's all folded up. And you will paste the back side on the front of the card, so this is the side you will actually embellish and will be visible on the front side of your card. And the whole point of this is that all of the messages from everyone can go on the inside, and the outside of the card is what's visible. So there's plenty of space for everyone to write their message. It doesn't spoil the card in any way, and you get a really nice focal point to embellish as well. So once I finish wrestling with my tape, I'm going to get the pattern paper on the top of the card and securely put it in place. And then this is going to be the focal point of the card, as I said before. So I'm just going to measure out some white cardstock to go on it and actually cut it to shape to be just a little bit smaller. And there I have the cut piece. So let me go ahead and put this on this craft sheet, and then we'll begin the embellishing. I'm actually going to use twine to adhere and securely hold this focal point in place. So I'm using I Heart Paper's twine, the orange and red colors, and I'm just going to measure out a nice good length of both of them and get them all cut and ready for the card. So this is the orange one, and I'm going to do the same thing with the red. And I have two equivalent pieces basically, and this is what I'm going to use to tie this up when it goes on top of the card. That way it doesn't come undone and flop out or anything. And the recipient of the card can always untie it and it opens up so they can see all of the messages in it. And this is basically how it's going to look like on the card front. Um, it actually looks better when it's on top of the white. So I'm going to go ahead and first put down the white and then have the twine go over it. So I have the white stuck down on the craft card base, and the first thing to do is to put my twine in place where I want this to go. I'm just going to get some sticky tape on the back of the craft cardstock that we prepared, and this will go, as you will see in a minute, on top of the twine. So sticky tape, the ATG gun, works well for me sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't. So once I finish battling with it, I am going to put this up on top of the card base. So I'm just lining up my card with the grid lines, and you'll see I'm lining up the twine as well with the grid lines on my craft mat, and then just making sure everything is nice and straight and getting it on top of the card. And there you have it. It's all securely fastened. Without the twine, you can see how it kind of flops out, and it wouldn't be a pretty picture at all if it, flopped out from the card. You can use Velcro, you can use a cute paper clip. There are a whole bunch of ways you can hold it together. I'm just using twine today, but there are any number of ways you could just hold it together on your card. And just fiddling with the twine a bit to make a pretty bow. One of these days I will get this right on the first shot, but not today. So just gradually getting it into shape. And I'm just a kind of nervous fiddler who is going to keep on the bow forever. To embellish the top of the card, I have this cute colored um, little one from the uh, Paper Smooches Party Posy set, and I've already colored him with Copics. So I'm going to adhere him with some foam tape to the top of the card. Now what I want is the twine to go under him so that when the recipient, I'm expecting them to open and close the twine a bunch of times. So I want to give them a secure place to take the twine from. So just measuring and seeing that this foam tape is completely behind the little one and putting it on top of the twine instead of behind the colored buddy. And then I'm going to adhere him on top of this. So now you can see that the twine is actually pretty secure in place, and even if someone opens it and closes it again, it has a guideline to go under, which is the foam tape. And I'm going to have my sentiment right below there. It's a Let's Celebrate sentiment from the same stamp set, the Paper Smooches Party Posy. And I'm just using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp it out there. Oops, excuse my head. And that's where it goes. So that's the sentiment in place. And that pretty much actually completes the look of the card. I'm just going to trim this twine a little bit so that it's the right length for the card. I put in a much larger length purposely because, like I said, I like to fiddle with the twine and get the bow just right. And the fiddling never stops until I actually present the card to someone. So that's just how I am. And that pretty much actually completes the card. I'm going to show you real quick how it looks like when the recipient will pull open the twine, take this all apart. You can see that the foam tape is really helpful in securing it down, and they can read all of the messages that go inside. Plenty of space for lots of messages. And then it's pretty easy to put the twine back in place by going under the foam tape that's holding this securely to the back. And I'm not gonna go tie the bow together, but this is how it looks like. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.